stopping people from coming into our nation. We need to be welcoming. And yeah.
You guys can jump in anytime as well.
I personally think that it's a good idea to measure out what's going on in the country before I decide who's in and out. I do think that people should be allowed in and out as they please, but if they're like a threat to the nation, then why would we let them in?
Yeah, but we give people second chances, so...
Yeah. And how's that been going for you, Tommy?
Well, we've not had a
It's
chance
been
to
going
help yet.
amazing for us, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been going amazing.
Second chances don't work out.
But it has worked out from what I can tell.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've got Fundy in the nation. Fundy's done a lot of bad stuff, but we've got him in the nation, you know?
And he's still a little
Sorry to
dude.
use you as an example, Fundy. Yeah.
I just think that if there's a threat to the nation, they shouldn't be in it. And maybe there's a chance they could come back, depending on, how they have been acting.
So if they look like a threat or seem to act like a threat, but they haven't done anything against the nation itself, you're saying that you're going to stop them from coming, though they could be
A threat to a
beneficial.
nation insinuates that they have done something to hurt it.
A threat doesn't mean that someone's done something to hurt it. It means that they look or act suspiciously against. Doesn't mean they've actually caused any harm towards a nation.
If someone says they're going to cause harm to the nation, I'm taking it as a threat, and I don't want them around. Either that or I will have them in jail.
Doesn't state that they're going to be a threat.
So you're just going to let anyone in and out no matter what?
I'm going to let them
That doesn't
in.
sound safe.
I'm going to let them in and out as much as they want. If they then cause harm to the nation, there'll be precautions and some... Can't think of the fucking word at this point. There'll be precautions against them if they cause harm to our nation.
See, that's not what you said at the start, though. You said anyone.
I
And
said
then when
anyone,
I mentioned that, you said second chances.
anyone can come in and out. Everyone gets a second chance. If they blow that second chance...
What if that second chance results in the entire nation being at risk?
Then they're gone afterwards.
No.
With me running, the entire nation won't be at risk. With me being the president, the entire nation will be perfectly safe under my hands. And if
Seems like there's already been a lot of wars under your control, Wilbur.
Actually, correction, I've been dead. It's not been under my control. I came back alive once it was over.
And under your vice president's control. What's the fucking difference, Wilbur?
The difference is I'm not Tommy and Tommy isn't me. I came back alive when the war was over.
Can you be trusted?
Can you be trusted? You have not proven yourself yet.
I'm here to prove.
Yeah, you can speak, Connor.
Yeah, Connor, you're allowed.
Wait, hang on, let Connor speak first.
In my opinion, under the reign of Fog 2025 so far, we've been constantly under attack, and that just doesn't seem like a very good look for the country.
As a one-time thing.
It's numerous.
That's a horrible defense, Tommy.
Might I defend us? I have not been president during these attacks. I've been dead. Tommy's been the president.
You've been president during a few.
During a few. And I managed to kill Dream. I managed to stay alive during a fight.
My tired. Schlatt? Okay, Connor, fair enough. You've been fighting in the war. Schlatt has zero fucking experience of how to run shit, okay? Me and Will have had this fucking country. We've been running this shit. We've been a fucking president, vice president. We've been a general. We fought through a war. What will you do when there's a war, Schlatt?
I can run things. I can command an army.
You can't run. That's your thing. You sit down.
Sorry.
My bad. My bad.
Say that again.
A president can command the army. A president will tell people what to do. The president should not be taking part in the fighting, or else people might lose their president. Do you want your president to die again?
So are you saying
to date?
Are you saying that if your nation goes into a war, you're gonna just let them handle it on their own without support?
No, I'm saying I will command the army as I see fit.
But what is you seeing fit though?
It depends on what the
Depends on
fight is.
situation.
Okay, well, say for example, it's the war that we've definitely just finished with Dream, fighting against Dream. What would you do then in that scenario?
In that scenario, I'd make sure we have a strong enough army, and I could ensure that there are people that have the armor necessary and weapons necessary. Send
We
them
did
into
those
battle.
things as well. We did those things as well, but the difference is we fought
Right.
alongside our men.
And that's great for you guys, but me personally, I'd rather not die.
Yeah. Okay. Hmm.
I just
Sorry to
think
hear the
the nation
choking in the
having a
background, by
dead
the way.
president is very counterproductive.
And I'm alive right
Especially when
now.
it's under Tommy. Yeah, but how much longer?
How much longer?
What do you
I'm
mean
on
under
3
Tommy?
lives. I'm on 3
exactly,
lives.
he's got
It'll be
3
quite a
lives.
while before I die.
But how
You
quickly
never
did you
know,
lose
Wilbur.
your first 3?
Exactly.
Not that quickly, yeah.
Pretty quick.
Actually.
It's still
I
Happened
lost-
to both of us.
Might I
Yeah,
mention,
yeah,
I
yeah.
lost my 2nd life trying to protect my soldier. I
Okay, I
died
haven't
trying to
lost a
protect
single
Tommy.
life.
How'd you lose your 2nd life again?
You have to go for practicality, not emotions, Wilbur.
Bundy was trying to shoot you.
Oh.
Hey, you mean the guy who's still right there behind you?
Oh, shit.
The
Well,
guy who's
Bundy-
standing by your
Bundy
side.
went
The
insane.
guy who has a second chance, but
hey,
actually,
Boomer.
isn't this like his millionth chance?
Hey, Boomer, I
Can
think
we
we
stop
should
attacking the
go on to
people
the
that
next.
aren't debating?
I think we should go on to the next
Thank you, Boomer.
question.
It's relevant. Next question.
Real quick, Schlatt, did you finish your point?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Next question then. Sorry, I was writing down notes. Okay, so what is your stance on the murders and kidnappings and other things of that like that have been happening? So since you guys went first, then I'll let Schlatt and his party go first.
The murders and kidnappings, right. I was so totally aware of all of those the entire time.
Don't bring my personal life into this.
I think
Bundy, shut up. You're not in this debate. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
continue, Schlatt.
I think if it's happening, then we try to find the root of the problem. And we get rid of it. That's really it. I don't know what else we can really do about it, but finding whoever is getting kidnapped or killed or like trying to help is the best thing we can do.
Can I add something?
Yes, please.
This kind of goes on to like the last point, but wouldn't allowing anyone into L'Manberg also contribute to the amount of murders and kidnappings?
No.
That's not a valid point.
That is a
Definitely.
very valid point, actually.
Yeah, thank you.
Allowing people into L'Manberg, a safe nation, would actually limit it due to the fact that we are safe. We'll have safety precautions in place for these.
It would actually cause it to be an unsafe nation because you're allowing those killers and kidnappers in.
Might I mention, most of these killings and kidnapping have been out of L'Manberg's hand and out of L'Manberg's location and soldiers. Boomer, no offense, Boomer, was kidnapped, has no relation with L'Manberg. Phil?
But the question was asked in terms of L'Manberg. So we're saying if it does happen in L'Manberg, these are the actions we're taking, and we're not going to let anyone in and out, especially if they have a track record of kidnapping or killing, even if it's a second chance.
We give everyone a second chance. People can be better than before, as seen by Fundy, no offense, Fundy. They can get better after a lot of fucking murders.
Bring me up.
I'm sorry, Fundy.
How many chances are too many chances, Wilbur?
I'm leaving.
More than 2.
Oh,
Are
Bundy,
you willing
no.
to jeopardize the people of your country in order to try and redeem other people?
Sorry, say that again. I read the chat and got a bit confused.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself.
Is this who you want your president to be?
I'm reading the chat. Tell me
Rose
the
is not
subject
paying
thing.
attention.
Are you willing to jeopardize the lives of your citizens in order to try and redeem other, whatever, people you want to have in L'Manberg?
We won't be we won't be risking the lives of our citizens.
However,
As
you are, because you're giving these kinds of people the second chance.
second chances
multiple
doesn't mean they
second
get
chances.
full free. If you think about real life, for example, prisoners go into prison and then they get a second chance and go out on tag, meaning they have to be they have a curfew and they get watched. We can do that here as much as we want. They're
But you
still being
just
allowed
mentioned
in
that for the
L'Manberg.
first time. You should have mentioned that before in the first question, Wilbur.
Well, I'm
If
mentioning
that
it
was the precaution
now.
you wanted to
Suck it up.
take.
And there's also the fact that people don't.
You're
change
changing
if
your
they don't
ideals
want
now.
to.
I'm not changing my ideals. They're still free and they still get a second chance. They're still allowed in and out. I'm just stating the
They should.
precautions we'll take, which relates to the question that we're on, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But so yeah. Second chances are not great depending on the circumstance. I think a second
Have you-
chance can be warranted.
Have you
Depending
given
on
anyone a second chance?
Would you let me continue to speak?
Sure.
I think second chances are completely warranted when it's something that's not so bad as killing and kidnapping, but it's not very warranted when you see things negative happen. Like, again, killing, kidnapping, not good. But if it's something like stealing, fine, you can come back in for a second chance.
Have you given anyone a second chance? Shut.
Yes,
Who?
that's irrelevant to the conversation.
No, it's not. You said you
May I
give someone a
ask-
second
Nothing to
chance.
do with my
Who?
presidency.
Tell me. May I ask? I was telling you to shush without saying
Oh.
shush. May I ask who and what did they do to deserve that second chance?
It's
Because
irrelevant
as you,
to the conversation.
it is relevant. You're saying you've given someone a second chance after saying second chance are unwarranted, depending on the situation. I would like to know the situation so I know if you're shoving yourself up the arse right now.
I can give some examples. I think what the fuck? Sorry. I think if example again, someone were stealing in the country. Something huge like I don't know.
Like the
What's
tree.
something real
Like the tree
like a-
that gets repeatedly turned into the twig.
Yeah, like that. If
Yeah,
it
that's
happens,
okay. That's Fundy's fault.
if it happens once, fine, second chance possibly. Happens again, probably not the best idea. Or take precautions to make it stop. But if it doesn't stop, then why keep it going?
Shla, you didn't answer my question.
I don't. I will not answer your question, Wilbur.
So you have no proof that you've given anyone a second chance.
I have my word.
Wilbur, I feel like this doesn't entirely matter
I've
to
got
the
a very
question at hand.
important point.
Yes, Tommy?
To prove that me and Wilbur would be great to keep running this nation, Mike Catobia is getting high on some Laman weed as we speak. If that isn't it, I don't know what is.
Mm-hmm.
Tomothy in it, that does not relate to the question.
Eh,
Weed
it
is not
related
related to
to-
murder. Okay.
no, it's Laman weed.
Oh my god. Guys,
Right.
Okay.
Your Honor, I
Endorsed
fear
by the
Talk
president.
25 is straying from the topic.
They have
No.
been off topic for a while now.
We're talking about the safety of L'Manberg, trespassing,
We're
stealing.
talking about if I have personally ever forgiven someone. That has nothing to do with the topic at hand.
I do agree with that. We
Ooh.
should go based on more generalized of what they will do as a party, not as an individual person at this point. That's more of what this debate is meant to be about. The questions for for like what they've done personally, that can come later. This is more of a generalized thing, and I would prefer for it to stay that way.
Bimmer.
Yes.
Out of character quickly, I forgot to mention this at the start. Debate, you decide who wins and who loses for each thing. Both for the president v president and vice president v vice president. Based on people's reactions and your own reaction.
Ooh.
Oh, I haven't been thinking about winning and losing. I've been more thinking of they're making their point so people can learn, and that I've been writing it down, and then we move on.
Yeah, we'll look at the book and figure out points
So
later.
far.
You're a
So,
fucking
in the
sucker,
end, it's
so-
still there's no winners because it's just a debate.
I don't
And
think,
it's
yeah,
like-
in
it's
debates
more
there's no
opinion-based.
winners.
There isn't.
It
But
just gives
what if I threw in extra votes for the winner?
no.
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 No, in the debate there's no
Fine.
winners. It just gives the
So it's worth
public an
it.
idea on who they want to vote.
Busy, don't fucking hit me.
I didn't mean
Oh.
to. I didn't think I could read
Can
it.
you stop standing on the decoration that the place? the people who are-
busy!
I'm too short to pick it up.
Sorry. Do we have anything to add onto the onto this one?
Quackity, get back into your seats,
Oh, I didn't know we were
please.
still in law. I didn't know we went back to character. Sorry.
We're
Well,
trying to stay as in character as possible, please.
Oh, sorry. I heard out of character, so I thought we were.
Thanks.
So
Which
Okay.
is very quickly.
Okay. I still have that. Anyway, question. Are we ready for the next question? Are there any last points that people want to make?
I'm ready for the next question.
Are you guys ready for
Yeah.
the next question?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, what's your stance on corruption within politics? Example, bribery. So, you guys can go first. Tommy, pay attention.
I am paying attention. I'm answering the audience because it takes too long for me to type out George's username.
Okay.
So whatever it was about bribery and shit in politics, that wouldn't happen in Lemberg. As the president
Actually.
and hopefully the future president, I will not be taking bribes. None of it.
Do you know if your
Of
vice
What's
president
your
would?
opinion on it in general, not whether you will do it or not? Like, do you
Opinion on
agree
it?
with some of the things or something?
I don't agree with most of it. Unless someone could give me a valid reason, which there probably is barely any chance. I won't be accepting it, won't be agreeing with it. I feel like it's a pussy way out of trying to get out of shit. If you're gonna do shit and you're gonna get blamed for it, you're not gonna be able to bribe yourself out of it. It's my
This guy
stand.
gets it.
Call someone up, kind of like a witness in a way.
Uh-oh.
Who? May I ask?
George not found.
I feel like he's not a good witness. I don't think he's
Okay.
witnessed much.
No, I need to.
I
I
don't
need
think
to.
George
I need to
would.
show something.
Wilbur.
Flat,
Wilbur.
flat,
Wilbur.
flat.
Wilbur.
Flat.
Wilbur.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Wilbur.
As stated at the beginning of this debate, it is president against president and then vice president against vice president.
important.
You cannot do anything against my vice president until it is his turn to speak, which it is not. It is against me and you right now.
The vice presidents have been butting in this whole time.
Yeah, tell
Yeah,
him
I
to.
don't really think
Fine.
that's how it
Tommy,
goes.
you shut the fuck up next time. Connor, you also shut the fuck up next time till it's your turn.
Wilbur, can you calm down?
Vice presidents,
I'm
shut the fuck up.
calm. I'm calm.
Everyone, can we be calm? Are we calm?
He's
I'm
saying
calm.
swear words at me.
Don't
Okay,
tell him to shut
Wilbur,
the fuck up. Wilbur.
Tommy,
I just did.
be
What
quiet.
are you gonna do
please.
about it? Hmm?
Wilbur, shut the fuck up.
Quiet talking of outrage. Oh my god.
Quackity, shh.
Shut the
Okay.
fuck up,
Yeah.
Quackity!
Okay, everyone, just be quiet, please. For fuck's sake, just handle this like civilized people, not fucking toddlers. Okay, so why did you want to call up George exactly?
George not found. I have a feeling you know exactly what it is, right?
I think so. I don't. Probably.
George, before you do, can I just talk to you outside for a second?
What,
All right.
No,
Is that allowed?
I don't think that should be allowed. Actually,
we
Not
haven't
a
called
time
break
crunch
yet,
here.
so no. I feel like you are going to maybe murder him, and I don't think that's very safe.
No.
I mean, I'm fine
Okay,
with
I've
that.
got no
but
weapons
it's
on
been
me.
a few- too long.
There's
A little more
we are
trauma.
in the sky. You can easily just push him off the edge.
George has
could
asked
remember-
Tommy if he can bribe for his vote. And Tommy in the corner over there was nodding at him. He agreed for the bribery of a vote. Is that who you want as a vice president?
Where's the proof of this, though?
Why would George
moment,
be asking to
moment.
bribe for a vote? Wouldn't it be Tommy asking? George can't be voted for realistically.
George, what did
because
you
it's
say to
me
Tommy?
versus you?
Check VC chat.
Uh-oh. Hey, Will.
That is George asking Tommy to bribe. That doesn't make general sense. Realistically, Tommy would be asking George.
Yeah,
That's
makes
not.
He takes bribery,
fair.
and he shouldn't. And you just said you don't like bribery.
Yeah,
Therefore,
I
he's agreeing
said
to
that.
something you don't like.
I said that. I didn't know he was fucking bribing George as seen in the image shown. They were whispering to each other. I had no idea on it. I had no knowledge
Well, maybe
that they
you
were
need
whispering
to
to each other.
make sure you talk to your vice president about stuff like that next time.
I've been
Also,
dead for the past month or some bullshit. You think I've been able
Whoa,
to
Trump!
talk?
Wilbur, guys, come on, stop screaming. Listen, Wilbur. Even though, right, Tommy wasn't the one that was was bribing people at first, he still said that he would accept a bribe. That is what we're focusing on here, not who started the argument. Okay?
I'm not saying who started
Can
the
I say-
argument. I'm stating that. Yeah, whatever.
Boomer, am I allowed to say something?
Who's speaking right now? I cannot tell.
George.
He said he asked if he could say something.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So Schlatt did ask me to ask Tommy if he would bribe me.
Yes, I did.
Unprecedented.
It is shown in the. It should be shown in the picture, actually, right?
It is.
Yeah. So the reason I did this was to see if he would accept the bribery.
So a way to
Honestly,
test?
I was hoping he wouldn't. It was a test, yes.
You were asking me
You
to
cannot
ask
be.
me if
You cannot be
he would bribe
testing
me
the
first.
opponent during the debate.
Let George finish. Let George
Let
finish.
George
George is
speak.
You were
quiet.
asking me if Tommy would bribe me for my vote because you know that I don't have strong opinions either way.
It was, yes.
Tommy would have had to ask me for my vote
No.
if it were to go and like incriminate him of anything.
You asked Tommy
You made
if
me
you
ask
could.
Tommy.
I didn't make
my
you do
vote.
anything. You could have said no.
This is true.
I asked if you would, and you did. Very willingly. Ask Tommy if he would accept your bribery, and he said he would. And that is my case, and I rest it there.
You cannot be testing the opposing team or group
That rule wasn't stated
during
beforehand.
the debate.
You're making
It's
up
kind
rules
of
now,
it's
Wilbur.
kind of a common gesture, to be fair. You don't kind of test during the debate. You kind of do all the testing before and getting all the information beforehand. So you turn up to the debate and you debate. You don't go testing and getting information during the debate.
I do
You
agree
kinda-
with this point. I do agree with this point.
I got
But
this
Yeah.
still,
now.
Too late now.
so yes, and that is also a good point. So we shouldn't be doing that in general. So Schlatt, please try not to do that sort of thing. At least
I won't
not
do it
right
again,
now.
but I did it
Okay.
this time. I'm
And
gonna fucking kill you.
and then stop threatening these people. Okay, anyway. And then on the other hand as well, like I already said, even though George was like had to ask Tommy still said yes to the bribery question. And I feel like we should address that instead of you just circling around that question.
Eh. It's all subjective to perspective, is it not?
No, you accepted a bribery.
You did say you would accept a bribery, Tommy.
Well, then I'm expecting payment, otherwise it's not a bribe.
What the
And he's
fuck
still
are you
going with
talking
that
about?
bribery. He's still continuing to say he would take the bribery.
Tommy, I fear this isn't helping you.
Oh well, we're just wording it wrong. I know what you mean, George. Don't worry. We're
No matter what the bribe is, it's
Just
still
been wording
bribery
wrong.
accepted.
Either way, it's accepted.
Yeah. Which is not a good thing. Oh my god. Okay, are there any counterpoints for anything that needs to be said on this
Nope.
topic? Okay.
Ooh. Don't
So,
worry.
fourth question. This is an interesting question, but simply, what about taxes? That's it.
What's the deal
Is
with
there, like,
taxes?
any
What's
more
the deal with
context?
airplane taxes? Guys, I don't know. This was these
Taxes.
are just the questions I was sent.
Can I allow my vice president to answer this for me?
It's Schlatt. It's okay. We get the reference. It's okay, Schlatt.
Hedgehogs, eh?
You should answer first because I answered first last time. Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys answer first again.
If you're gonna get your vice president to answer for you, then Tommy, you may as well make it fair.
Who's going first?
You guys are.
Oh,
You,
shit.
Tommy.
Okay. I'd like to bring up an old conversation me and Connor had once upon a time. I'd like to paint a picture for you all. I was over at Connor's house one time. We were having some nice discussions. I don't exactly remember what of. What I do remember is Connor telling me about Schlackcoin. Now, what
I love
Schlackcoin
Schlackcoin.
is,
Taxes.
it does
Shotcoin-
though.
Flatcoin does
how-
not have anything to do with taxes.
How does it have to do with taxes then?
Do you know what taxes are,
I gotta-
Tommy?
Yeah,
Schlattcoin predates
Money.
mine and Schlatt's time here on the server, so I feel
Wilbur-
like that's irrelevant.
Are you sure you want
I gotta-
him to answer this question for you when he doesn't even know what taxes are?
He doesn't even know what
Let-
Schlattcoin is.
He's a
I do.
child.
Let me
I
finish.
don't-
Okay, I don't exactly know what it is, but I know how it works. What you do is you'll, for example, take one gold bar from someone, turn it into nine nuggets,
not
and
what-
give them one nugget, and tell them that that's worth more.
It's Schlackcoin, not taxes, and that dates before the server.
Yeah, but the rich are still getting richer, so.
Right. Can I actually talk about taxes?
Yes,
Probably
because
that's
none of this has to do with
Please.
taxes.
That's what I'm
Taxes
saying.
is
Thank
taking
you,
a portion
Boomer.
of their pay.
Right. I believe there should be some taxes within the nation. We need some sort of economy, and if there's going to be shops running around, as there is at Spawn, we're going to need some way to gain, not only to woman. We're gonna need some way to gain that money for the economy. Blah blah blah. Economy shit, government shit, whatever. Everyone will be having taxes. That includes the vice president and me.
Sorry.
The taxes will then go into the nation pool and not to me and not to the vice president, as that would make it very unfair.
Don't you
I don't
manage
think the
the
vice
nation
president's too
pool,
happy.
though?
I do manage the pool, but it doesn't benefit
left.
me. It benefits the entire nation. So I will still put money in because I will still be taxed myself.
Did Tubbo
Okay.
leave? Yeah, it was Tubbo that left.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
do have to say that was a pretty good point, and I do agree with a lot of it. Taxes are very beneficial to the government and like everything around the country. It can help build things. It can help get like whatever we need around. So yeah, taxes will be likely distributed as necessary.
Okay.
I think that's something we agree on.
Sorry, I'm writing all this. If there are any spelling mistakes, please do not point them out. Okay.
My eyes are closed. Don't worry.
Okay, nice. So,
George, is this guy bothering you?
What?
I'm just kidding.
God forbid I wave at an old friend. God forbid.
I'm joking.
Arr.
okay. Now, this is that is the last question I was given. So, does the audience have any questions that they would like to ask the people here
In general,
Put it
or
in the
about
put it in the
taxes?
chat.
about
In general,
everything?
any
About everything,
questions?
literally anything. You could ask what their favorite flavor of ice cream was, and that would count.
Can I have 2 questions so I can ask that one first?
God, sure, yeah, why not?
What's your favorite ice
When-
cream flavor?
When asking questions, say who you're directing it at. Like if you're directing it at both parties or if it's at
Both
just one.
parties. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Bubblegum.
I
Um,
didn't say that.
Vanilla.
Mean.
Your vanilla.
Oh,
Do you
oh.
really Vanilla guy running your country.
You just cut off. You went, you really?
He didn't even get the L. It was just, do you read?
It sounded like you were screaming. You were so offended by that. That's why we all started dying of laughter.
Vanilla, the most boring thing ever, and this is the
Slack, Connor,
president,
what's yours?
guys. Are you
Slack, Connor,
serious?
what's yours?
Original.
Slash, shut up. Okay.
Slack, Connor, what's yours?
Sorry, that's really funny.
Slack, Connor, what's yours?
I like butterscotch triple.
Nice.
Fucking
Slack?
course you do. Fucking course you do.
Slack?
Don't even look at me.
Oh god, I have to. I'm a cookie dough kind of guy. I'm a cookie dough
Oh,
kind of
he's
guy.
got my
okay?
vote.
Base.
Fucking love cookie dough.
That,
Okay,
no,
wait.
no,
Dream?
Oh, hold on.
No,
Hold on.
no.
Connor, what did you say for your favorite ice cream flavor? I did not catch it at all.
Butterscotch triple. I'm sorry, I was laughing too
Okay.
hard.
Butterscotch. I'm just gonna say
You're
butterscotch.
actually writing
Okay,
down.
yeah, that's fine.
You would, Connor.
Okay.
Listen.
Next
Right.
question.
Second question, then I'm done.
Uh-huh.
Directed at Wilbur, how are you going to deal with the incompetencies of your vice president and him not knowing about
That is
many
not a
things?
valid question. I'm going to just
Okay.
cut that off right now. That is just
Can I
an
word it
insult.
differently then? Can I word it differently then?
Go, sure, why not?
How are you going to deal with the fact that Tommy doesn't clearly has shown a lack of understanding for a large portion of presidency or vice presidency?
because I haven't been president for very long. Because I'm
directed at
vice
Will,
president. I'm
directed
still
at
in
Will, directed
training.
at Will,
Tommy, that
directed
wasn't a
at Will.
question for you.
Well.
Teach him. Basically, is the short answer. Now that I know what he does and doesn't understand, I'll take him into one of our meeting rooms and I'll teach him about the stuff he doesn't understand. Therefore,
Shouldn't
he
you
will
have
get an
briefed him
understanding.
beforehand?
May I speak on the subject after?
Might
Shouldn't
I
you-
mention that I've mentioned about 5 times I've been dead? Can't teach
Yes,
while I'm
but you
dead,
weren't
no
dead for the
offense.
full. You weren't dead for the large portion of the beginning of the war.
I didn't know what he did and didn't understand.
Should you not have briefed him?
Should I not have
you
briefed
guys
him?
not
We did
related?
have a brief about the war.
I mean, about vice presidency.
He helped me write the
About
book
your
of
views.
policies. I did brief him enough. That
Oh,
what I
that's
thought was enough.
I rest my questions, Your Honor.
May I speak?
Your Honor? I don't feel like I'm judged.
I don't know, that
Yeah,
it
sure.
feels right.
No, go ahead.
Isn't Tommy just too young to be a vice president?
No,
He doesn't
I'm old
get
enough.
things. He hasn't even had his childhood.
Yeah, I have. My childhood is Lamanberg.
Your childhood is a war.
Yeah.
Might I
you
mention,
were-
it was either Tommy or Fundy. Fundy's a bit. Wait, Fundy, are
wasn't,
you
though.
younger than
There were
Tommy?
other people around as well.
16.
Adults
16.
Both
around
16.
Wilbur.
Oh
You're both
shit!
16.
Oh, I sent a message to the wrong person.
Oh.
Oh
Who
no.
have you sent it to? And what did it say? Gotta announce it to the class.
I'll tell you during the break.
I can
No,
say
you
it.
know,
out
you
loud
I
to the
can
no.
say.
Tommy.
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm such
Uh-oh.
a
Whisper,
Okay, no,
whisper
come
to me.
Come here for a sec. Come here for a sec.
Whisper to me.
What's
I
that?
fucking picked it back up.
Have we
I
all?
think there's an exchange
You're-
going on there, and I think
Are
it may
we all
not be
wit- are
very
we all
ethical.
witnessing it?
I think there's a very
Your Honor, are
unethical
we all
exchange
witnessing
happening
this?
over there.
Sorry? Stop hitting me.
Your Honor, are
Hey,
we all
Dream, guess
witnessing
what I have? Look behind
Right.
you, bitch.
Right.
Dream, you need to
Count on
put
my
that
vote.
away.
Wilbur,
Huh?
just give that book.
You
give
can
that
count
to
on my
Trista.
vote.
Dream, you're not allowed to
Dream.
have that on you.
Dream.
Okay, I didn't mean to hate you, my bad.
Okay, it's
yikes.
fine.
Thank
You can
Parky.
count on my vote.
Right.
My mouse
I'm
keeps
gonna-
glitching out.
I'm
Let's
gonna
sit down.
confiscate this book. I'm
Can I-
sorry, Dream.
No, can I
Oh.
please read it?
Because as stated in this debate, I'm against bribery and I'm sorry.
He did it again.
Tommy?
He did
He
it
just
fucking
had to
again.
do it again.
No,
This
no,
time
no,
it was
no.
unprompted.
Can I just read it? Can I read it? I won't.
Let's sit
I don't
down.
care.
You
Dream, can you
can
put your
read it.
armor away and like everything?
Yep.
'Cause you're clearly still carrying everything, and that is very clearly against the
No.
rules.
Right, give it back. Dream, give it back. Come on.
No, it's funny.
Dream, I need to confiscate it. It's
No.
against the policy. It's against my ideals. I can't.
I'm not taking bribes anyway. It's fine.
Go to this
Oh
guy,
my God.
alright.
Good. Please don't be taking bribes off him. It goes against my ideals. It's kind of not looking good. And
And he's still your
Tommy!
vice president while going against
Tommy!
Hey. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey,
wait.
buddy.
I think this debate's gone pretty well. Is there any more further questions?
I've got a question for you, Schlatt.
Ooh.
All right.
How can we trust you in office if you've been proven to be an alcoholic? How do we know?
I haven't been proven to be an alcoholic, actually. I don't know where this information came from.
I don't know where this information came from.
I don't know. I don't know what this information is. It's not been
The
proven.
beer bottle that was
actually.
thrown up in my head says otherwise.
That actually didn't happen in canon. I don't know what you're talking about.
What's in canon, Schlatt?
Ain't no way. What canon we're talking about here?
Why are we on about cannons?
Boom.
Right. I also have a question.
Mm-hmm.
As stated by your own son multiple times, you have been abusive. How can a nation be trusted under your control if you are hurting your own family?
If Tubbo
So
was
I like
here, I
this
would have him
interfere
take the
with
stand and
business.
explain that that's just not true.
Objection.
That as well, yeah.
Tubbo told me how you put his head in a toilet and flushed it.
That just didn't happen. I don't know
Whoa!
where he got that from. We've had this conversation before, Tommy. I think I remember clearly saying
Moving sides.
That Will killed his
Didn't
own son
happen.
twice.
Shut the
Oh
fuck
my
up.
Thank you, Judge.
Quackty was not alive. Quackty was not on the server then. Shush.
I know, that's
Yeah,
why
exactly.
I'm doing it in brackets.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Schlatt, how do you feel about women?
I love women.
Oh wait, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I have a question.
Tommy,
My-
how do you feel about women?
I fucking love women. I love them so much I won't go near them.
I have a question. I have a question.
Hey,
I
bad
asked.
brother.
I have a question I asked earlier, but no one responded. I actually asked it twice.
Uh-oh.
What are your
Ooh.
opinions on gay people? We've
Oh,
got a
God.
couple here.
I am a gay person. I
I
accept.
know that one.
Oh.
Let Connor answer this.
Ooh.
Wait, hold on,
Connor,
wait,
you
hold
need
on.
to-
Guys, real quick. Dream, who was that directed to? Was it directed to everybody?
Everyone, yeah.
Sorry, there are so many questions, and I'm trying my best to write all this down.
You got this. You got this.
It's okay. We can slow down if you need
Play my
to.
vote entirely.
Okay. So it was like, how do you feel about gay people, right?
Yeah. I want to know from J Schlatt. What do you think about gay people?
Ooh.
Whew.
No, I want to. Yeah, I want to know about everyone's opinions.
Hi, Tommy.
Well, you know my
Hi.
opinion already.
No.
I love them.
No, don't
Love
take
gay
that,
people.
George.
He said I love gay people, in case nobody
Love-
heard him.
Love
There
gay
we go.
people. In
Okay.
fact,
There
my
is a
vice
partial-
president over here is gay.
Whoa!
Look at him.
Oh, you just outed him.
Thanks, Schlatt.
Right.
I'm neutral on all people, regardless of their gender, race, or sexuality.
Yeah.
Most AI response. Is that the end of that
Did you
question?
fucking call me AI? I'm the most recurring human being. Jesus.
I would
Is it-
like
is it
to
time for
show
reset?
I would like to show everyone something before we end, because we have a board on the front of Lamamberg just
A smear
stating
campaign.
Most of those things have been taken out of context. I am also a victim of this. That is
Not
not
Schlatt.
valid.
Not
I
Schlatt.
am as
not
well.
flats.
Oh, yeah, never
Flats
mind.
have not been taken out of
Can you prove
context.
that? Can you
A
prove
smear
that?
campaign is not a valid debate.
Can you prove that it wasn't taken out of
It's
context?
It's like
It's
going on
valid
Twitter and being like,
information.
oh,
It's-
this is a fact.
No, it's not. You just
you
wrote it
prove-
down and slapped it on a fucking wall.
Anyone can do that.
Has nothing to do with the debate. Has no
I
proof
have a
behind it.
I have a question for Will. You say
What?
you're against stuff like bias and all of that and second chances. Then why do you even have a smear campaign?
Tommy made it.
Taking
Why
and
did you let your vice
endorse it,
president make
you
it?
not only
I
And why
do
are
didn't
you
you
let
bringing it up
him.
again?
He just
Will,
did, and I'm not gonna
Will.
ruin.
And you just
my
brought it
vice
up in a
Will.
president's
debate.
legend.
Will, not only do you endorse it, you actively want to bring it up in a debate. I do not believe that is entirely just and following your morals, which shows they could be changeable.
Giving people
Just to bring that
second
up means you
chances and
validate it.
bringing up whatever you guys are calling it, because I don't know what the fuck it's called.
Smear
It quite
campaign.
literally
Smear
says smear
campaign.
campaign.
I don't read it. Anyways,
Why are you bringing it up in a debate?
because Tommy made it and I wouldn't want to waste Tommy's efforts.
Tommy's
Yeah.
So
efforts
you,
are
so that shows you agree with them.
I never agreed with them. Tommy just put effort into writing all them signs and picking out different information from what people have said.
You don't know how long it takes for me to write, man. Too fucking
Oh yeah,
long.
damn, you're dyslexic. Sorry, forgot.
Th-
Damn.
what?
No, it's
Damn,
because
bro.
the child.
Tommy's canon.
Take
Tommy's
that?
canon dyslexic, and that's why he can't
No.
write dictate just to write.
Wild.
Head canon.
It kind of put Tommy in it.
Boomer, can we call for a recess? I fear me and Will have to talk.
About what? Sorry, I've been writing this entire time.
Recess break before the vice presidents go against each other.
I mean, they
We've all-
kind of have already. Is
Yeah,
there
I
much
feel like
more that we can
I
do?
feel like we shouldn't have a whole general like other section because you have.
No,
been
I
going
think
back
we
and
should
forth.
just finish it, to be fair. I've only got 15 minutes out of
Yeah.
character.
Okay, is there any other questions from anybody?
Mm. No.
Tommy, are you going to give my dogs weed?
Oh.
I'm not gonna go up to them, but if they come up to me,
The country started
Oh.
up as a
My
drug
dogs are
ban, by the
safely
way.
hidden away in my house.
just to put this
They
into
can come
context for you,
hide.
George, all of your dogs are named Shrooms.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
final
Okay.
question.
Oh god.
For mine at least. Will.
Hmm.
You say that it's a good point that the whole alcoholic and schlatt thing, which is not even proven to be true. What is proven to be true though is your drug use. How can
Might
we
I
trust
mention,
that
I
you'll be
never
a good
stated the alcohol. I never
may I-
stated
may
the
I-
alcohol.
May I finish?
That
May I
was
finish?
George's question.
Okay, fair. Okay, then fine. How can we trust your presidency when it is a known fact that you produce and take drugs?
I produce them, I
Okay,
don't
Wilbur
take
isn't the
them.
one taking the drugs.
Exactly.
But you give them to Tommy, who has told me this before.
I
And
don't
is a
produce them.
child.
I
No.
don't use them, sorry.
And as a child,
been told
you're
this as well.
distributing drugs to minors.
I think a lot of us know that you've given the drugs to Tommy. A lot of people have heard it.
No. No.
You've told me before, Tommy.
I will.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi, Tommy.
I will. Schlatt, is it too late to join your cabin?
Is it too late to say sorry?
So drugs, you're taking drugs as in drugs. Medicine is also called drugs. Are you sure I'm not just giving Tommy medicine and he's just
What
labeling
drug?
it
100%
drugs? 'cause
sure
he's
that
a
you
child?
run a drug van and are giving him drugs.
No, no,
Not
no.
the
Boomer
medicine
can. Boomer,
type.
no,
Yes.
listen. Boomer can tell you. I know that you're meant to be neutral, but you can back me up here. Boomer can tell you. I have been on meds before for things.
I do run a drug van. I can confirm that I do produce drugs, but I give Tommy medicine.
There has been a difference for a while between illegal drugs and prescribed drugs.
Yeah.
Oh.
There is a big
I've-
difference between those. What you are
Did we
doing
ever
is
clarify
illegal.
the
What I'm
difference,
doing
though?
is not. It's for mental health reasons. This is just because you guys want money and you feel like taking crack.
You're comparing mental
Anyway.
health drugs.
They're not
to
illegal
actual
drugs.
illegal
They are
drugs.
medicine. They just aren't prescribed.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah.
not like, I'm not a doctor and I'm not prescribing them, but they are medicine. They are helping him.
You're not a doctor, not prescribing them, but you're still giving them to him, which in
That's
itself is
medicine.
bad enough,
To a
even if
minor.
it wasn't illegal drugs, which it is.
It's
To a
not
minor.
illegal drugs, it's medicine.
To a minor.
Illegal drugs.
It's
not prescribed
medicine.
drugs to a minor.
Okay,
I
can you name the exact type of medicine, Wilbur?
Do you have a PhD?
Paracetamol.
Methamphetamine.
Can you tell me how you
Paracetamol.
Will, can you tell me how you produce paracetamol then?
It's Minecraft.
It's Minecraft. How are we supposed to know
Yeah,
this?
put it in a brewing stand.
Put it in a brewing
Bada bing,
stand.
bada boom.
Use
that's
blaze
okay,
powder to
okay.
heat it up.
So you're heating up the paracetamol to make paracetamol.
No, I'm heating up the ingredients to make the paracetamol.
I think
Huh?
I think I don't think there's much else to debate. I think we've kind of got it all covered.
Okay. Okay. Hold on, I'm just seeing if I need to finish writing anything. Okay. So I think I
Okay.
have everything written out. Would you
Tommy
guys
just
like
tried
it if
to
I
fucking bribe me.
No.
Again?
Uh,
This is the third time. Well,
Isn't
get
it?
your fucking
These
vice
tracks
pres,
tell
dude.
me you're out.
Tommy.
There's no proof.
God.
I
Oh
will.
my god, I'll screenshot it right now.
Hi, Boomer.
No, let's not bring screenshots into this.
Boomer, may I take? May we
You said
take
no
a
proof?
break? Boomer,
It's
may
more
we
than a
take a
break.
break?
I think it
I'd
should
like
be
to
over.
call recess.
this is already about to be done, Wilbur.
Well, can you
You-
just
you
get it
guys-
over and done with then, please?
Oh,
Sorry for
If
saying
we
that.
do, they could still go after you. Just saying.
I mean,
Mm.
I'd love
Get it
to
over and done
Tommy's
with.
standpoints on everything Wilbur has said and whether he agrees or not. Because it doesn't seem like he agrees on many things.
Huh?
Tommy, it doesn't seem like you agree with Will on many things.
it doesn't
This
seem.
does-
Yeah, you guys don't seem very.
I'd say this
United.
doesn't sound well for your candidacy, especially considering Schlatt and Connor are significantly more like unified.
No, we are
Not
unified though.
question,
No, listen,
just a
listen.
fact.
What? No, no, listen. What you need in a in a presidency is opposing opinions, so that way when you're making
Do
decisions,
you?
you're more informed. No, because then you're more informed. You know, you can
More
make
informed on
decisions better.
bribery, maybe.
My sponsors and I need a piss break.
Okay. I Connor.
I'll be right back.
How
I
are we
will.
feeling?
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
What? Okay, if you said bribery's okay under certain circumstances, how much is okay?
What do you mean? How much of what?
How much money to bribe is okay?
None.
Asking for a friend.
If you're about to be murdered, right, and you know you're about to be murdered, and your bribe was, hey, can you maybe distract the murderer for 5 seconds
That's not
while
a
I run
bribe. That's
away?
just an ask.
That's not a
And you're
bribe,
like,
Will.
I'll give you like I'll give you like 100 quid if you get this person away from me for 5 seconds.
That's not
Okay,
a
That
bribe.
would be understandable.
If you times that number by 100, is that acceptable? Grass.
If you're trying to get a murderer to like not be chasing you anymore.
Okay,
Anyways,
it's an acceptable amount.
I need an emotional break. I'll be right back.
Well, bye bye. Oh, god damn it.
Oh,
Schlatt, I think
straight
you're
your eyes.
winning.
I'm
Schlatt,
leaving.
Schlatt, I think
Nah.
you're winning.
No, screw that.
Oh,
Nah.
Connor,
What happened? I was pissing.
hi.
Connor, I think you're winning.
Voting
Schlatt, I know there's no winners in the debate, but I think you're winning. Just a guess.
Anyways, got a bit to run.
So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll go back up.
Connor.
But George go.
Can don't mind me.
You didn't want to
looking
see
into
his
my
kissing.
fucking
Connor.
appearance really quick.
Are we finished, Boomer?
Nobody look in this
Yes, we are.
direction.
No, Connor's gone.
Are we excused?
You are.
Ooh.
Ooh, mushroom goblin.
Yeah.
Well done,
I'll
guys.
be
did
sending
great.
out I'll be sending out the screenshots of what I've written in the book so you guys can all read through them.
Of course.
Okay.
Thank you.
Of course.
I will
Connor?
sign it though so nothing can be edited.
Connor's AFK.
Okay.
I can finally throw my thing.
That doesn't mean beat him.
I didn't mean to. It was accidental. Well done, Schlatt.
Thanks, man.
I know there's no winners in the debate, but I think you won. Just
I
a guess.
don't know, man. Never know. Never know.
Never know. Don't put your eggs in one basket and all that.
Bundy,
I'd say the
Oh, wait.
mass amounts of bribery. Oh, I'd say the mass amounts of bribery don't help their case.
Not at all.
Not
how
at
much?
all.
No, how much is acceptable though? Like realistically.
Zero in
None
a
of it.
situation like this.
No,
The
but like
number
if
is
it was
I
like
have
a life or
I'm
death
not gonna
situation.
comment on this at
Tommy,
all.
I need you to
I'm
know.
not commenting.
Yeah.
I need you to know that I was so close to pissing myself from laughing. And also, my stepdad was so concerned that I was yelling, and then I ran out of my room. That I had to explain what was going on.
That's some Tommy and humor for you right there. Hi, Dream.
That's Tommy. That's just Tommy, man.
I mean,
Oh.
yeah.
He's just standing
No.
there, arms crossed outside my door. Like, what's going on?
Is everything okay at home? Yeah, there's just a child doing
I'm
some
just fighting with
silly
a kid right now.
Yeah, I'm.
Connor,
just-
if you look in your
Why
pockets,
are
that's
there
half
2
of it.
books in my inventory?
What's
Oh.
this? Connor's bribing as well?
Uh-oh.
That's what you
No!
get for trying to kill me.
My
Oh.
carrots.
It was self-defense.
murder,
He
okay.
tried knocking me off
My
I
first.
cannot
carrot.
accept these.
That
I think
wasn't
that
in
they should be
character.
burned.
Oh, I'm lagging.
Was
Oh,
that
yeah,
bribery
same. I
again?
just got a major
It was.
like.
It was put
Hey.
into my inventory while we were on break.
Well, but I
think
think we should
Tommy
get out of
did.
here.
I bet Tommy
Well, but I
did.
think we should get. Well, but I think we
Wait.
should get out
Going
of here.
back to
Tommy's
my
trying to
hole.
frame my fucking VP.
Nope.
I'm going back to my hole. Fuck this.
How do I fall from a high place?
Everything's lagging for me now.
I
Yeah,
know.
everything is lagging.
Oh, is
Okay.
it not because
that
people?
TP.
Is it not?
Oh,
Fine.
no,
my,
no,
my guess is the amount of people online,
No.
and we're all like far away from each other now.
no,
Yeah.
That's my guess on
no,
it.
Slack, can you
no.
accept my, my TP?
Oh shit, yeah, sure.
Slack, can you accept my...
What?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I moved. I was trying to kill Dream
Uh-oh.
and I moved.
Can you guys
Hey,
stop
Will.
putting hits on me?
Sorry, give me a sec. There you go.
Okay. I guess you want to read the debate book?
Yes,
Oh.
please.
I will.
Sure.